Okay. Okay, sweet. So, before we start, again, like I just want to say thank you so much for taking time, to listen to my spiel. It's not every day that you get a call from the knife guy. But I'll go ahead and share my screen and walk you through a little bit of the presentation. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, awesome. So we'll go here and we will present. If it likes me. Okie dokie. Awesome. We are all set. So first of all, I just want to say again, thank you. I'll introduce myself, give you a little bit more background on me besides, just being Cole's awesome fraternity brother. But I'm Zach Molzer. Originally, I was
Okay.
born from Kansas City. That's where I lived during the summers. This past summer is probably my last summer living back at home. I'm going to live up here in Lincoln from now on. And then I think after graduating, I kind of want to go back to Kansas City. I just feel like it's a good place to, raise a family. It's just where I was, born from. I just love it down there. So obviously, I am a junior here at Nebraska, double major in business management and marketing. I've been a part of AGS. I'm also a part of the Clifton Builders program, which is a program through the College of Business for people that have entrepreneurship tendencies and stuff like that. So kind of how I got started with the whole Cutco deal. I started back in 2019 over my winter break. My winter break in my freshman year, got a call and I was like, sure, I'll come to the interview. So I was just a sales representative my first winter break. And then I, went back to school. Then COVID happened, so I came back over the summer, and I was working in the Johnson County, Kansas City office as an assistant manager, so helping our lead manager run interviews, coach other sales reps, and all of that while still selling. And then this past summer, which was really sweet, I actually had the opportunity to run the Lincoln, Nebraska office. So I was pretty much in charge of the whole state of Nebraska except for Omaha. I ran the number 4 office in the company out of like 360. So that was really cool. Just being able to dip my toes in the water of like management and all of that. I loved it, but it's definitely not something now I know that I want to do. Sales is more fun. I just love talking to people. I don't know exactly what I want to do post graduating, but it's definitely going to be in sales. And then right now, I'm actually, so I just got done with the whole branch thing, and now I'm just a sales professional. So I've been working with residential sales and then also real estate agents, loan officers, businesses, just focusing on that aspect. So why these demos are important to me, I'm the knife guy. Obviously, I want to gain sales and marketing experience. I obviously want to pay for college as well. Out of state tuition is definitely not as friendly as in state is. So the goal is to graduate college with no debt. That way I don't have to, get my first job and have to worry about, paying off student loans and stuff like that. And then build my network and my resume. That's like, the main goal and objective for any college student, trying to work somewhere. So I have 3 main objectives and goals for today, of like how you can help me. I'm not going to ask you to spend 50 grand on, buying a whole new kitchen. But if you want to, I do accept like cash, check, or Venmo. So you totally can do that. But no, seriously, 3 main goals is number 1. I hope that we'll definitely have fun. I work solely off of referrals. So like, I can't just like walk around Lincoln with my bag of knives, knocking on people's doors. I'd probably get arrested if I did that. So anyone, at the end of this, I will ask for referrals. Anyone, that would just listen to my presentation. Not necessarily anyone that would buy, just someone that would listen and be willing to take a look. I just, obviously, without referrals, I won't be able to do this job, and I love it. Second thing is have an open mind. So I have big goals. I want to be the best student rep that's ever happened, like that's ever came through this company. So as I'm showing you all the different products and stuff today, think of items not only for your house, but also for gifts, for family members, customers, clients, literally anything. I always preach, Christmas in August. It's a great way to get it off. And then lastly is just invest in me, invest in Cutco. I have big goals, and anything helps. So big goals for 2021. Like I said, I want to be the best student rep ever. The goal is to sell $250,000 while being a double major in college, doing all my classes, and still selling. So right now I'm at a little over 75,000 for the year. So I got a long ways to go, but it's definitely been a great start. So awesome. So we'll go ahead and dive in. So first of all, do you like know anything about Cutco? Have you ever heard of it before?
I have not. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So basically what Cutco is, it's the number 1 brand of cutlery products in the United States. So we were founded in 1949 in upstate New York in Olean. So like the main points of it, it's all like, if I could sum it up using like, 4 bullet points, it's everything's made in America. It's the highest quality. and it's guaranteed forever. So everything I'm going to show you today is all has the forever guarantee, which I'll talk about. But it's 100% the last anything that you'll ever need for your kitchen ever again. So whether we're talking about the pots and pans, the flatware, the knives, the business gifts, the sporting knife, literally anything, it's the last you'll ever have to worry about. So kind of where we got the idea. I won't spend too much time trying to like wow you. Obviously, if we've been a company for that long and, we do a little over $18 million every single year, we know what we're doing. So I'm not going to badmouth any other company because that's just not our sales. That's not my sales tactic. So the disadvantages of common knives, there's two different types of handles. There's wood handles, there's plastic handles. Obviously, they're not good. Wood handles, they absorb bacteria, grease, they retain odors. They're actually banned in Missouri and also like restaurants because of that. They're just nasty. Then you have plastic handles. Obviously, they're plastic. So they're going to chip, they're going to crack. They're also slippery when wet. And then there's two different types of steel. So you have a high carbon steel, which is like this top one, and then you have stainless steel. So a carbon steel is going to hold an edge really well. It's a really firm metal, but it rusts and corrodes really easily. And when you need to sharpen it, it's really difficult to sharpen. And then a stainless steel, you actually can't sharpen a stainless steel. It dulls really, really, really easily because it's a soft metal. It looks really pretty. Obviously, it's shiny, but it resists like rust and all that. But it's a soft metal, and the average stainless steel knife's only designed to last 2 years. I've been growing out my beard and stuff for I think I'm 20 years old now, so 20 years. And when I do need to shave, after a month, I'm going to throw away my razor because it's dull and it's just not working the same, right? Well, it's the same material as the stainless steel blade, but people are, that's why you have to throw them away every couple of years and head on over to Walmart and pick up some new ones. So over time, that's going to be really expensive. So how did Cutco solve kind of these issues? First thing is our steel that we use. So the steel is actually the best of both worlds. So we use the high carbon, the thicker metal, and stainless steel. So it'll always stay nice and sharp. It always stay nice and pretty, like a mirror, superior edge retention, and it resists rust and corrosion. So another point that I'll talk about is that everything I'm showing you is also 100% dishwasher safe. So that's another really big, selling point on it. The next is the handle. So the material that the handle's made out of is the same material made from like a bowling ball or a pool ball. So it's called thermoresin. So that's why it's like safe for the dishwasher. It's sanitary, so it's not going to absorb anything. It's not going to chip, crack, break, melt, nothing like that. And then I'll talk about the edge. So what makes our knives better, we have a patented double D edge. So on the bottom, you see a regular serrated edge knife that like rips and tears at your food. Well, our double D edge, it has 3 main points that like do the cutting. So the tip right here isn't actually like doing the cutting. That's just what's hitting the cutting board. And that's what's going to dull your knife. Well, because it has this point, it's actually not dulling your knife. So that means Cutco knives will stay sharp for up to 15 years. But then you're like, Zach, okay, 15 years, then what? Right. So like then what am I supposed to do? So that's where, this is where this comes in, the forever guarantee. So we stand behind all of our products with this. There's no cost, no registration, and no receipt. And there's, 3 main points to forever guarantee. Number 1 is forever performance. If anything ever goes wrong with your knife, just send it back and they'll send you a new one. Let's say your garbage disposal decides to get really hungry one day and eat one of your knives. You can just ship it back to the factory and they'll send you a brand new one. The second part is forever sharpness. So like I said, your knives will stay sharp, 10, 15 years. But eventually, like anything, they'll need, replaced or, a little brightened up, right? So you can either have a representative come out to your house and sharpen them for you for free, or you can send them up to the factory and they'll either sharpen them or just send you new ones for free. So it really is the only product that you can buy once. You'll use it every single day, but you'll never have to replace it. And, that's why it makes it such a great investment because it's the last set of knives, last set of everything in the kitchen you'll ever have to worry about. So just so I know, how often would you say that you guys like prepare meals in your house?
Probably, yep, every day.
Every day? Okay, awesome.
Every
So
day.
we have a bunch of different, we have a bunch of different sets. Obviously you can, buy individual pieces, but sets are a better value. It's cheaper, built-in discount, and you get a bunch of different free stuff too. So we have tons of different options for sets, but I always just start out by showing everyone the basic set. So this is our Homemaker Plus 8. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. So I'll kind of go through the pieces in that, and then we'll talk prices and kind of build a wish list. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first set, like the first pieces that are going to be in, the homemaker set, obviously you have your paring knife and your trimmer. So this is like, I call this like the college kid's dream tool. I'm not sure how else I would, throw a lime in my Corona or make a Moscow meal without my trimmer. Every college kid needs one. So you have your paring knife, small jobs in the air, apples, strawberries, bananas, and then your trimmer's like your tomato knife. You ever smash a tomato and have the gut spray everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I promise you never have to worry about that ever again. The trimmer is our number one seller just because it's the most versatile knife. It's just your everyday use. But it's not for spreading or serving. So that's why you got this funky little piece. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, that's not a knife. I was like, that's not a knife. I wrong? This thing is awesome. So I use this thing 24/7. As a college kid, I love making PB&Js, right? So you can spread it. You got your bagel right there. Spread your cream cheese, and then it's super super flexible, and then on the other side of it you have the double D edge, so you can just cut straight through with it. The next part of the video, I think they show like a PB&J being made or something. Brownies out of the pan. We love using it for like lasagna. My house, my mom has a really good recipe for lasagna, and so it's great because you can cut it and then serve it all at the same thing. That way you don't have to get out your knife, cut it, and then get out like a serving spoon thing and serve it. One tool for tons of different jobs. But obviously, you're not going to use the spatula spreader on like larger stuff because it's a spatula spreader. So that's why you'll have your petite carver. So this is like the dad for the trimmer. So it's a little bit bigger than the trimmer, and this is for anything good under 5 pounds. So it glides right through a pineapple. So it's going to be your pineapple knife. It's going to be your cantaloupe, cooked chicken, cooked steak. Let's see what else we got in here. Like a grapefruit. It cuts through like butter. It's crazy. They're cutting through a baby pumpkin there. Yeah, cantaloupe. Those are always just a pain. So you got your petite carver, just for your all everyday use, smaller stuff. But it's not like your tanks, and you need your tanks. These two are like the protector of your block. So if you got a home invasion, you'll grab the butcher knife. If Mr. Wilson's acting up, you grab the butcher knife. If Cole's misbehaving, grab your butcher knife. It's good for taking the fat off a brisket. My dad and I, we love smoking stuff, both literally and figuratively. Haha, funny. I always make that joke. Brisket, taking the fat off a brisket, cutting a rack of ribs. It's your watermelon knife, obviously. So it's your big hefty duty knife, and then your chef knife. I'm sure you use a chef knife in your kitchen a lot. It's one of the most common knives. Obviously, you're chopping, dicing, and mincing. But ours has a high knuckle clearance, making it comfortable and a lot safer for all of that. And then lastly, we got your carving needs. So we got like your chopping. Well, now you got your carving. So you have your bread knife, almost 10 inches. My dad loves this thing to death. We use this for brisket, shredding lettuce, obviously bread. And then you got your master carving set. So you got the carver and the carving fork. So you guys ever have barbecues, host family dinners?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So like your carving needs, you probably won't use the carver every single day, unless you're carving a turkey every day. But if you are, then let me know and I'll come over for dinner every night. But it's kind of like your spare tire. You hopefully don't need it, but it would really suck if you needed it and didn't have it. So that's kind of where the carving set comes in. So can you see how over like a lifetime you're going to use every tool and just like your most basic set?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So to complete your set, you got your 8 table knives that are used for your everyday meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it looks small and dinky, but the wide blade and the rounded tip makes it safe and great for spreading. But with the double D edge on it, it cuts just like a steak knife. So the first part is going to be our competitor steak knife. And again, it's still a good steak knife. Don't get me wrong. And they're cutting leather, so it's going to represent like a steak. Obviously, it's not getting through it very easily. And then you got your Cutco table knife, which isn't our steak knife, it's our table, and it glides right through like butter. It's literally crazy. When I do this in-home presentation, I show people the knives. They're like, oh my God. I've had people on the demo when I go to their house and do that. They'll grab all their steak knives and they'll throw them away. And I'll be like, okay, looks like you're definitely getting steak knives today. So in the basic set, you start out with 8 of those. But like I said, those are our table knives. Here's where our steak knives come in. So on the left, you got your steak knife, and on the right, you got your table. They both do the same thing, like same thing. One's just a little bit bigger. So it's like The Rock and Kevin Hart. They're both good dudes, but who do you think would win in a fight?
The Rock.
Yeah, it's like the steak knife and table knife. They both are awesome, but the steak knife is definitely superior. So our larger sets do offer the steak knives as an option, but I just like showing people like kind of the comparison of what the difference is. So I got like kind of a comparison. I just showed you the homemaker sets, like our basic set has all your basic tools, and then like I said, we do have larger sets, the signature set, and then our complete set that both offer the steak knives as an option, all that. I think this is like, it's not confusing, but I don't like, saying like homemaker, signature, all that. So we're going to make it more simple, and we're going to make it to something that pleases me, and hopefully pleases you. So we're going to like dumb it down a little bit. So from now on, we're not going to call it the homemaker set. We're going to call it a pint. And then we're not going to call it the signature set. We're going to call it a pitcher. And then we're going to call the big one the keg. So obviously, a pint of beer is great, right? Like a pint of beer is great. It's like after a long work day, a nice glass of beer is awesome. But what's better than a pint, right? A pint will take you, 10 minutes. Well, a pitcher is definitely better than a pint because you got more beer. And odds are it's probably a little bit cheaper, right? In terms of like how much you're getting. Well, a keg. Not everyone needs a keg. Well, let me be clear. Not everyone needs a keg. But if you do need a keg, obviously the keg's the best bang for your buck.
Right.
So I show this example. It's just easier for people to kind of, grasp onto the thing. And so on the other slides, you'll see, it's either going to have a pint, a pitcher, or a keg on it. That way we can kind of, piece it together. But if there's one thing you take away from the slide is that what's worse than a pint? No pint, right? No beer.
No beer. Yeah.
No beer would be bad. So obviously no homemaker set. That's no fun. So on this slide, I have like a price comparison. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to talk bad about any like other knife sets because knives are all knives. At the end of the day, I'm not curing cancer. I'm selling knives. So on the left here, we have Wusthof, and on the right here, we have Shun. You ever heard of them before?
I don't think so. Neither one.
Okay, yeah. So Wusthof is going to be the most popular set sold in stores like Williams Sonoma, Crate and Barrel. A lot of people just like throw it on their registry just because it's like, the set that they have there. It's obviously imported. So the price for this Wusthof set is $3,435. Sometimes if you're lucky, you might be able to find it on sale for a little over $2,000. But obviously, Wusthof and Cutco, they're not the same, hence the name. So with Wusthof, first of all, they have mostly straight edges, so they need to be sharpened after every use to remain somewhat effective, which is a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher, and there's no warranty on it. Well, then in comparison, Cutco has, the wedge lock handle, the forever guarantee, the free sharpening, all of that stuff, right? So just for a hypothetical, let's say that Wusthof and Cutco are literally the exact same knives, like the exact same, but one of them is dishwasher safe and you never have to worry about it again because it has a forever guarantee. Wouldn't you say that that's, you'd pay twice as much for a set like that you never have to worry about?
Yeah.
For sure. So at twice the price, not even talking about the knives, you'd be talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. But I will tell you the knives are 100 times better than Wusthof. So, for $4,000, you're getting a basic set of Cutco. That's a lot of money. So, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go through a bunch of different questions and honestly, like just make a little wish list, find out what would you and your family would use, and then we'll go through like Cutco prices and stuff like that. So first question that we got is if you were considering a set of Cutco, which color of handles would you prefer in your kitchen, the black or the white handles?
I really like the white.
Okay, sweet. And then which color block do you think would look best like with your cabinets and stuff? You have the dark one, which is the cherry, or the lighter one, which is the honey?
The cabinets are light.
You like the light?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So the white with the honey, that's my block is sitting over there. That's what I have. I have the white with the honey as well. So, all right. So we're going to find out, kind of just like some pre-qualifying questions. So, how many like steak knives do you think would be sufficient for your family? Obviously, keeping in mind for when you have people over and stuff like that. How many steak knives do you think would be sufficient?
Most of the time, 5 or 6.
Okay.
What's the next size up? 8?
Yeah. So, obviously we recommend at least 2 per family member that we don't have to wash them after every meal. But then when
Oh,
you have guests and stuff over, you don't want to have to divide it up and be like, oh, you get the bad ones and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
you have tons of different options there. And then if you were considering a set, did you prefer a set with the table knives or the steak knives? I can go back and show you the difference again.
Okay.
One more forward. So the steak knife and then the table knife, if you were considering.
Probably steak.
Okay, for sure. The steak knives are definitely the way to go. Again, the table knives are great. I'm not going to sell you on not the table knives, but if you have an option, definitely the steak knives. Okay, sweet.
Okay.
So I'm going to start out. I am going to show you our big set. So like I said, the Wusthof set is half the size of this set. This set is twice as big. And for the Wusthof set, comparable for Cutco, it'd be $4,000. So at twice the size, I mean, you're talking like $8,000 plus for a set like this, right? No, that's a lot of money. So you get everything and more you could ever imagine for your kitchen. A knife for everything imaginable, your complete, 37-piece set, a full knife set, all of that. So you have all your basic tools that were in the homemaker set, plus all your specialty knives. So I'll show you the ones that are like the specialty ones that you get with it. You get your cleaver, obviously your big stuff, your cheese knife, the Hardy slicer, which is like the barbecue champion knife. It's my favorite knife that we make. It's the GOAT. Salmon knife for like raw meats and stuff like that. Boning knife, obviously for taking fats off. Vegetable knife, and then you get your 7-inch Santoku knife, a smaller bread knife, and then the 4-inch paring knife. So I will go back to the slide. So just off first glimpse, do you feel like this set is like, okay, it looks like I would use everything, over a lifetime, or you think it's maybe just a little bit too big?
Maybe a little bit big.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. And so I'll show you the next one, which is, I think, our best set that we make, which is our signature set. And honestly, it offers more for your money. And it's just the best. That's why I sell more signature sets, AKA pitchers, than any other set that we make, just because I think it's the best. The first reason it's the best is you get the option of either the table knives or the steak knives. So you said you like the steak knives. So with this set, you can get the steak knives, all of them be on the bottom row. You get 10 of the steak knives. And then it's the same pieces that are in the homemaker set. And then you also get 3 of the specialty knives. So you get your small chef knife, you get your cheese knife, which is the sharpest knife we make. It's an absolute, oh my gosh, it's freaky. It also doubles as a bottle opener because it has the hole. And then your Hardy slicer, which is twice as thick. You ever cut like spaghetti squash, butternut squash, pepperoni, all of that, just thick and hard to cut. This literally makes like cutting through melted butter. It's unbelievable. So the signature set, you get just these 3 specialty knives, and then obviously all the rest that were in, your basic homemaker set. And then you also get the super shears. I wish I had a video of it. You can believe me, or you can not, or we can just wait to find out. But the super shears cut through a penny, like no lie, cut through a penny with ease. So, I mean, they're absolutely crazy. So this actually goes in the block as well. So do you feel like this set is like more like your guys' alley on what you would actually use?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So, this set is, 1.5 times the size of that Wusthof set. That was, $4,000, for the Cutco comparable. So, you're talking, let's call $5,000 for this set. No, you're not talking that much. What's crazy about this set is you're actually not even going to be paying as much as the Wusthof set, even though that this is Cutco and it's bigger. So the price for the signature set paid in full is $19.99. But what we do is we have our interest-free payment plan. So it's 5 months interest-free that we just divided up. So all it would be is $375 today, and that includes tax and shipping. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a wish list. Let me grab my little wish list calculator thing. And not necessarily things you're going to buy, just things that you like, you could see yourself using, just so I can show you the deal and everything, and break it down and show you everything you'd be getting. So do you feel like, the signature set, you guys would get some use out of it and you'd like it?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. And then white with the honey. Awesome. And so now what we'll do is we'll go and I'll just show you the rest of the stuff that we have, see if there was anything else you liked, and you'll go through that. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So like I said, there's our homemaker, and then we have a bunch of different other stuff. So whether that be for like wedding presents, gifts to family members, anything like that. We have a bunch of different smaller starter sets that, are great gifts for anyone. So do you have anything coming up in the next 6 to 12 months you might need a gift for? Obviously Christmas is in the next 6 to 12 months, but anything that you'd be like, oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah, maybe Christmas, mom's birthday, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. So, obviously we have these bunch of different smaller starter sets. And like I said at the beginning, the more like you liked and all that, obviously, the price decreases in terms of like, cost per unit, stuff like that. So if you were considering doing gifts, whatever, which of these do you think that would make the most sense for like a gift?
Um, Maybe like the space saver.
Yeah, the Space Saver is awesome. So you got like in the Space Saver, you have like your chef knife, you have your 5 basic tools. And then how many of those would you consider doing?
Mm, Maybe two.
Okay. So I'll just add those on there just to show you everything. Again, it's just a wish list. Next, we got our table knives and flatware. So the table knives, we're nixing those because we already going with the steak knives. So our flatware, I'm not sure if you need new flatware. Love flatware. It's 1810 stainless steel. So Cutco owners, the main goal is once you get your Cutco, you'll definitely want more. It's just how it works, unfortunately. I'm definitely going to be one of your most expensive friends. But so the main, obviously everyone eventually wants to acquire the Cutco kitchen, which is, knives, flatware, and the cookware. Some people do it all at once. Some people, do it over time. I always just show people, hey, what it looks like if you did do it, and just show you how much you save. Because the Cutco kitchen, it's 60% off of what, regularly is. So are you open to the flatware, or you're like, no, I'm not a big flatware person with it?
Um, we probably wouldn't use it, and I have some already that I don't use,
Okay.
so
Okay. So good there. Awesome. All right. And
not
then
much.
we have our gadgets, veggie peeler, ice cream scoop, your pizza cutter, your cheese knife. Obviously, you definitely have a drawer full of all this stuff, but it's
Yeah.
all dishwasher safe, forever guaranteed. And then your kitchen tools. You see yourself using any of these things?
Um, Maybe, yeah.
Which
I do
one?
already have some,
Uh-huh.
so,
You
but
can
yeah,
pick like
not the
individual
same
things.
quality.
You can pick individual things out too. Like the cheese knife is already in your set, so we're kind of good
Okay.
there. But then like pizza cutter, it comes apart for easy cleaning, which is awesome. The ice cream scoop's great. You like any of those other 3 things?
Maybe the pizza cutter and the ice cream.
Okay, awesome, awesome. We'll throw those on there. And then our cookware. So our cookware, obviously, it's made in the U.S. I finally got my cookware last week, and I've been using it 24/7. I love cooking. It's so much fun,
Okay.
especially with knives and good cookware. So it's great on induction. So it's actually 5 ply. So you got your 3 outer layers are going to be stainless steel, and then you also have the inner layer of copper. So it's going to heat really easily. It's guaranteed forever. Let's say you I don't know, get mad at Cole and decide to hit him over the head with a frying pan and it dents, which is very well could happen. Cole's, special. You can send it back and they'll just give you a new one, even though there's a big dent in it. So we have a bunch of different options in terms of cookware. You have the accomplished, so it's kind of like the keg thing again. So you have the keg, the pitcher, and then the pint. So just off looks, what do you think that you guys would actually use? Would you use the bigger set, the middle set, or the smaller one?
Mm, Honestly, most of the time will be the smaller set.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Just like your basic needs, your
Yeah.
pot, your frying pan. My favorite thing that we make, I literally use this thing so much, I might have to get another one, is the 11.5 inch skillet and cover. Oh my God, it's awesome. I made it the other day. I made some homemade fried rice, and then I had made some teriyaki chicken. I marinated for a couple of days, and it was awesome.
Right.
It was
It
pretty
sounds
sweet.
good.
And then you get your 1 quart saucepan. So just like the smaller one, do you want me to throw that on a wish list just to show you what that would look like?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll do that. Like I said, this is kind of like what the Cutco kitchen is like. You get, all your stuff. Um, this is where it gets really fun. This is where like gifts, you got to really think outside the box because everyone loves hunting and all that stuff. So we're a sponsor of K-Bar, which are actually the knives used by like the military and law enforcement,
Mm,
especially with like 9/11 anniversary and stuff coming up. We got tons of different deals on these in general, but obviously your wish list is already looking good in terms of like discounts and stuff. Everything can be engraved, which is really really cool. I'll show you some slides on that later. But like you can put hell, you want to put a picture of me on there, you can engrave a picture of me on there. You want to put like your name, you want to say Merry Christmas. So we have tons of different options for gift sets or anything like that. So do you know anyone that loves to like hunt or fish or anything like that?
um, have a really good friend, but he actually is a hunting guide. So
Okay.
he has so much. He may even have this brand. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of right away.
Well, that's someone also to think above. When I ask for the referrals, that's definitely a good person too.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we'll go
Yeah.
to the next slide. Obviously, like the fisherman solution. People love fishing, great gift. Garden tools. I don't know how often you like gardening. It seems tedious when I show people, but it's the same material used in our knives, so they're not going to break. And if they do break, or if they do rust, if you don't have to worry about if you accidentally leave it outside overnight during a Nebraska rainstorm, they're not going to rust. And if they do, anything happens to it, you just send it back and you get a new garden tool for free. So, do you think you would use the garden tools or no?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw that on there just to show you. And then lastly is all of our different gift sets. So like I said, Cutco makes great gifts for anyone, whether that be for family, friends, customers, clients. We have tons of different things. And I always show people the business gift side of it. And I'll show you just a close up of the like a logo people throw on there. So you can put a logo on there that looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Tons of different customizable options. For the business side of things, for realtors, loan officers, or just gifts in general. So there's tons of different things you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the wish list and all of that. And if you see any like gift sets or anything like that you might be like, hey, okay, maybe throw that on there. Just let me know.
All right.
And then for the Space Saver sets, did you like the white handles for those as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Trying to think what I got next. Oh, got it back.
Hey, Zach, can you show me what was the fisherman one?
Yeah, the Fisherman Solution.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sweet. So yeah, it's got an extendable blade. So it like locks and can go from 6 inches to 9 inches. It's got the grip
Okay.
around there. So like you'll hold on to the fish and then when you're getting the hook out or whatever, a hook sharpener on the back of it, non-slip handle, obviously. It's got a line cutter and then obviously free sharpening, guaranteed forever. Makes a great gift.
Yeah, maybe put that one on the wish list.
Okay, awesome. Okie dokie. So on your wish list, I have right now we have the signature set, which is the pitcher with the steak knives in white, and then we have two Space Saver sets in white, the smaller cookware set, and then a Fisherman Solutions. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So normally the total on getting those three sets, and then also the set of cookware and the fishing knife. Normally the total on all of that before tax would be $58.52. Which that's a good chunk of change, and obviously you're never have to worry about stuff in your kitchen ever again. But what I'm going to do is Cole's my fraternity brother, and yours mom, so I'm going to take care of you 100%. And then also I think that whoever you're giving the Fisherman Solution to, they're going to love it, so I'm going to give you that for free as well. So what actually, instead of paying the $5,800, that actually is going to bring the total down to all you'd have to pay today, because we do have the 5-month interest-free payment plan, is $950. So it would be in total, it'd be $47.52. For getting those three sets, you're knocking Christmas out of the way. You're getting that all done, and you'll never have to worry about your kitchen stuff ever again. So let me exit out. Bingo, there we go. Awesome. So, okay. So we got those three sets and then the cookware and then the fisherman knife. Is that something you want to go ahead and do today?
That's probably going to be a little much.
Okay. So let's go and let me show you the gift set of that aren't the, oh God, it's going to make it full screen again. Can you still see that screen?
Wait, it went back. It's on the gift sets.
Okay, it is. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Let me show you a better option for gifts. So obviously, knocking gifts out is a great thing to do. Okay, this one down here, if you look at it says Santoku Classics in a gift box. So the Space Saver set for the gifts, it's a great gift. Obviously, it's in a block, all of that. But if we're looking, it was a little bit too much, and we still wanted to kind of go the gift route. This is a really great option because it's the three knives that someone's going to use every day. It's like your three basic knives, and even if you wanted to, you could put like their name on there, personalize it to them, and that's going to save you money off the top there too. Do you want me to show you what that would look like if we went with 2 of those instead of the Space Saver?
Sure. We can see. We can look at it.
So if we did 2 of those and like 2 of those instead of doing the Space Saver, it's down to 3902. So doing that on the payment plan would only be 750 for 5 months, and that's saving you another like grand, let's call it. Just still doing gift sets though. You're still knocking Christmas out of the way, but you're just getting the things that someone would actually use.
Yeah.
Does that sound a little bit better?
Honestly, it's still quite a bit.
Okay. So what is something that you're
Seven.
like, hey, I like it, but I don't necessarily need it? Would it be like the gift sets or the cookware? What would it be?
Maybe right now the cookware.
Okay. Let me show you what it looked like if we did a pause on the cookware.
Okay.
Okay, so if we paused on doing the cookware and just did the signature set that you like with the steak knives, the fisherman solution, and then the 2 gift sets, doing these 2 gift sets, it'd be 28, 29. So doing that on the 5-month interest-free payment plan would be right at 550 for 5 months. Or you can pay up front. I just tell people that it's interest-free. It's kind of like a cable bill. You're over time, you don't necessarily realize how much cable is until you look at the grand scheme of things. No one would have cable if at first they went up to you and were like, all right, that'll be $100,000. No one would do that. But they say, oh, it's $100 a month, and you'll be getting it for 50 years. So, but now this is something you never have to worry about. So, does that sound a little bit better if we held off on the cookware?
That's better, but it's just still a lot for a price range. Maybe take the gift sets off.
Okay, yeah, and we can always wait on the gift sets. And what I would do is I would honor my same like deal. If you like down the road, I could throw you on my list of people I reach out to in November. I try to get all Christmas orders in before Monday after Black Friday, just so it's like, hey, I know for a fact that it'll be there before then, so then I don't have to stress, and then it's off your plate because then you don't have to stress about, oh my God, Christmas is in 5 days. My gifts aren't here yet. It's all there, and so I could throw you on that list, like if that was something you want to do too.
Yeah, I definitely keep that in mind for the holidays, and maybe add to my own a little at a time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so if we
Yeah.
just did the signature set, so you're set. You get your 16 pieces plus 10 steak knives and the super shears all in your block, and then the fisherman solution, just holding off on the gifts. All that would be today on the payment plan is 450 at the dot.
450 a month.
Yep, and then you'll never have to worry about knives ever again. And we also have a 15-day free trial on everything once you get them. So let's say you get them. And you try them out and you're like, okay, I don't like this. This is stupid. Ship it back and they'll refund you all of it. I have one really great fact and that I'm really proud of is that I've actually never caused a divorce over a Cutco purchase. At first, sometimes they're like, what the hell? And then they get them and I'm telling you, you guys will love them. If I'm a college kid freaking out about knives that, shouldn't be cooking all the time, but does, I found a passion with this just because it makes it so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's great. You could teach Cole a thing or two.
I'll convince him. I'll convince him to start selling.
Maybe he could. He's going to sales also.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. So at 450 for how many months?
5 months. So the total it's 22, right at 22. And I'm still giving you this the fisherman solution for free. I'm still gonna give you that free because I think sick.
It is. It's really cool. Did I add anything extra to the picture?
What do you mean?
Like the one set we decided to call the picture.
Yep.
What else is in that again?
Yeah. So I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. So you have everything that was in the homemaker set that we went through. So I'll start from the top, even though it's kind of in a weird order. So you have, your carving knife. You have your big one, like for like your watermelon and stuff. You have your bread knife. then your chef knife, your smaller carver, so like the cantaloupe one, the 3 specialty knives. So like you have your mini chef knife, the cheese knife, and the hearty slicer. So the basic set, I'll just go all the way back.
Okay.
Okay, so you have your paring knife and your trimmer, the
Okay.
spatula spreader, the petite carver, your 2 bigger knives, so the butcher knife and the chef knife, and then your slicer and carving fork. So you have all of those, and then on top of it, you have these 3. You have the petite santoku, the cheese knife, the hearty slicer, and then you also get the super shears, and it fits in the block, and then 10 steak knives all at the bottom.
Okay. And like the base price for that is 22.
Yep. Well, normally it's 26, but with the discount, I threw on 20% just to, because I like you guys. The AGS discount.
The AGS discount. I like that.
And you got to think, you'll never have to think about knives ever again. So I always tell people, you buy once, cry once. And you know, once you get it, it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you. I mean, I bet they're amazing. Just $2,000 is a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yep. 100%. I completely agree. You know, it is a lot of money to spend. But you know, if you think about it, you know, replacing your knives you have now every 2 to 3 years, you know, over and over again for the next 40 years, you know, it adds up, right? And so having to, you know, get it once and never have to worry about it ever again. I mean, that's why I say, you know, buy once, cry once, and it's gonna, your kids will be fighting when you guys die on who gets the knives. That's how,
yeah.
that's what'll happen. My grandpa's had his since 1953. When I first started selling, I was like, I'm selling Cutco, and he was like, I think I have Cutco. I was like, no, you don't. He's like, okay. Well, of course, what did my grandpa do? He goes down to the basement and he grabs his receipt, his purchase order for the knives. I was like, Grandpa, 2 things. A, why do you still have that? You have a hoarding problem if you still have that. He's like, no, I have all my files. I was like, okay, whatever. But sure enough, he has his receipt from the 52 or whatever of his set. And it's just crazy. So when he didn't know that you could send him back to get sharpened. And so he sent his back to get sharpened. And they asked him, they're like, hey, we can replace these for free if you want. And he was like, no, I want to keep them. And so they just sharpened them, made them look all brand new. But it's just crazy. You know, they stand behind it. And you'll never have to worry ever again.
Okay. And the fisherman's knife, what would it cost by itself?
Well, you wouldn't be paying for it. I'm giving you guys that for free.
Okay.
Because everyone needs it.
Everyone needs that, right?
Everyone needs it, especially if you love fishing. It's definitely.
You know, not so much me. My mom and dad really like to fish, and my family lives in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on, you know, close to the coast, and they do some surf fishing, which is just like off the beach.
Yeah.
Or off of piers and stuff like that, and just regular lakes and stuff. So
yeah, I love fishing. When I was down in Florida, we were on a boat and we got to go fishing down there, and I got a couple pictures of some big fish I caught. It's crazy. The ocean freaks me out though. It's like, how do we not know what's even in it? Like, we don't know anything about the ocean. Yeah, we got sending people up to, you know, outer space to try to figure out what's up there. It's like, we don't even know what's in our ocean right now. Let's worry about that first.
True. I mean, there's so much that they don't know. They haven't been very.
We've explored, like, I think I saw a stat was like 6% of our ocean. I was like, I don't like that. That's creepy. I don't like it, because they can't go down far enough, because, you know, the atmosphere, like, you know, down below the crust is, they can't, there's no, our technology just, you know, with the pressure it is down there, and there's no any of the wildlife that's down there. It's crazy.
I don't want to know, I'm afraid.
No, neither do I.
It freaks me out too.
There's some freaky things.
Okay. Could I get you to do, I keep forgetting the name of it, the pitcher one.
Yep.
And you would throw in 2 of the fisherman knives.
For you, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
You will?
Yep. And then do we want the orange or black handle? The orange or black handle. You can either do orange or black on the fisherman, or you can do one of each. Or
sure, one of each.
Okay.
Then I'll know whose is whose.
Got one orange, one black. Awesome. Well, I know you're definitely gonna love your Cutco. It's they've been shipping them out pretty quickly. And once you guys get it, you're gonna freak out. You're gonna love it so much.
That's great. Well, cool.
Okay.
I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. So what I'm gonna do, while I'm getting all the information filled out, like I said, I made a promise at the beginning. I have to ask for referrals. Anyone that would just listen to my presentation, not necessarily someone that's gonna, spend 30 grand and buy a bunch of knives. Just someone nice like you that would be willing to take a look. So 200, 300 would be great. No, I'm just kidding. 10 to 15 would really, be awesome. Like I said, I have right here just, 10 people that you could refer me to. I can't stay in business without it. So I'm gonna grab this.
Okay.
I have all my links right here. That way people can stay connected with me. And I'm gonna throw it in the chat box.
Okay.
So there's all the links. So the first one that I'll have you click on, that you'll have to copy it, is the first one. So it's tinyurl.com/Molzer Rex.
Well, I clicked on it. Where did it go?
So you'll have to like copy it and then here, let me maybe try sending it.
Oh, did I lose you?
Nope, I'm here.
I'll go back. I'm not so good at this, Zach. It looks like an advertisement. It's saying Zoom United, move from chat or phone call to a meeting with a single click.
Okay, that's
an
yep,
ad.
forget that. Okay, so if you go to the chat box, do you see the chat box open?
Nope. Where would that be?
Okay, do you have
At the top.
just open up like a page on your browser, just like on your internet. Just open up a page and I'll tell you what to type in.
Okay.
Okay, so tiny URL, so TINY, then URL.com/Molzer, so MOLZERRECS, Molzer Rex.
RECS. Okay.
And that should pull up a form. Did it pull it up?
Cutco. Yep. Zach
Okay,
Molzer.
awesome. So like I said, anyone that you can think of, obviously, their name and phone number, who would just listen to me. I've a bunch of different thought joggers, neighbors, family, friends, customers, clients, family members are great ones. People that have, dull knives, that's also a good one. Whoever loves, like people who love having, family over, people who always have like the gatherings, people I know you guys love going boating, people you guys love going boating with, literally anyone you could think of, that would be wonderful.
Okay. I'll give it some thought and get some numbers and stuff for you.
Awesome. And then what would be a good first name for the billing information? Like that'd be on the card.
Mine is Tanya Wilson, TONYA.
And then your address?
It is a PO box,